University of Southern Maine with a complete game, a 9-inning complete game victory in the second round of the Little East tournament, and that was his last start. He's coming off his best outing of the season, a 9-inning shutout, scattered 6 hits, and struck out 12. And actually 12 strikeouts in a game is not his season high. He struck out 14 in a game as well this season. He has 6 games this season where he has struck out at least 10 batters, and overall, he has struck out 95 in 71 in the third innings. He has terrific stuff. Earned average just 2.27. As I talked about with the state, as a team.
Test 1, 2, 3. Test.
87 giving up less than 3 runs per game. That could be tested here today, again, with the wind conditions that we have here at Towers Field. But Billy Oldham, the guy who certainly earns this start in the first game of the tournament, all of the teams submitted 25-man rosters. So these are not the full rosters that they were able to use throughout the season. It's down to just 25 men. And interesting to note, Eastern Connecticut State, of the 4 teams, they only have 9 pitchers listed on their roster. So they're pretty confident that their starting pitching is going to be able to carry them through this regional event. Only 9 pitchers out of the 25 that they have listed on the roster. There's the leadoff man for the Swarthmore College Garnet. Max Rothmore is the shortstop. We are ready to go here. Rothmore, freshman from Houston, Texas. Swinging to get a piece of that one. A foul tip strike. First pitch of the day. Rothmore is in this last night. Oldham is a strike thrower. I mentioned 95 strikeouts, but even more important, only 16 walks in 71 of the 30. So this guy's going to be around the plate typically.
Is that your ringtone or something?
Strikeouts.
My ringtone
Why 5-0?
is for somebody else. I don't
On the
know.
way to the right side. This is his 12th start of the season, and he comes into this game averaging nearly 9 strikeouts per game. That a Rothmore. This is the way, all on 2 strikes. Very comfortable temperatures, of course. It'll be a warm weekend for the most part here in the Rochester area. Should be topping out above 80 before this day is done. Breaking ball, and Rothmore slaps it to center field for a leadoff single. Took a little something off of that one. Rothmore and some more. We'll bring up the Centennial Conference Player of the Year, Luke Lutz. Lutz has an 11-game hitting streak. He's hit safely in 24 of his last 25 games. He's reached base in 25 straight. It's a streak going back to March 11th, over 2 months ago. Goes the other way with that one in the follow-up. Rothmore, runner at first base. 120 stolen bases for Swarthmore. Top 10 in Division III. Rothmore has 9 steals and 11 triples. Inside. So good as Connecticut's team knows how dangerous this battery is.
Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2.
69 hits this. But
Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2.
Trying to keep Rochester close. Watts is a senior. 9 seniors on this 25-man roster. Local kid too. Raised right in, so in the air and deep and going back to left field, up and close to the fence. The catch made by John DeSago, and that just shows how this ball is carried. I don't know if Watts thought he got all of that one, and it just kept on moving right out in front of us here from our broadcast location as a long fly ball out, tracked down by DeSago and left. Now one up battle the Austin Burgess. Burgess has hit in 12 of his last 14 games, and he's reached base in 29 straight games. He's been straight there. Reached base in every game since March 7th. One out, one out. Swarthmore next to
Did you stop recording and rename the file?
He was off with that pitch, by the way, plus deep left center. Scan the back. Straight to Burgess, junior outfielder.
Maybe. How about that?
See what you do.
Come on, pop out on here.
See what you do here.
I pop out. It depends what pitches he's doing. I think I foul one off.
We take these off for this.
Yeah.
I'm good for this. Oh, I'm on camera. Wow.
Doesn't seem like there's a line.
I'm not the enforcer,
Oh,
but I have mine handy.
yeah, just in case.
In case I get yelled at.
Yeah.
Is the bottom half end in this?
So that we can identify.
I don't know
Oh,
where
no, I
Who
think
got
you're
with you
fine.
today?
This is Luke Mutz
Okay.
and Austin Burgess.
If you talk a little bit about the game first, and then we'll have a couple of questions on student athletes.
Sure. So I thought it was a really well played game. Sorry.
Not ready.
Time.
I didn't want you
So
to
we'll rewind that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Good start though, Coach.
I have all my
Huge.
can't. Thank you. That was good. I just want to
a warm-up round.
Get loose.
See if you really got it.
All right.
streaming this, you know?
Oh yeah.
What was weird.
My parents will enjoy
It
it.
was warm in the beginning, and then it cooled off when the rain hit.
Right.
Then it warmed up again. I guess, suppose we'd rather have the warm.
Every time.
We had,
Absolutely.
Softball league here a couple of weeks ago. It was so flippin' cold, it looked like we were dressed for March.
I can't even. Oh, yeah. I'll take hot over cold any day.
Any day.
I agree with you there.
Yeah.
Any day. Golly.
Second.
Yeah, it was a downpour there for like an inning.
I know.
It was weird.
I mean, we had a roof over us, but I'm sure.
Okay. Can you move your chairs to the side? Because you're very tall. No, not you.
Well, I block out the sun when I stand up anyway, so.
Okay, you can start.
All set? So, Coach, what did you think about the game?
I thought it was a really well played game. Both teams hit the ball really well. Offenses showed well against what I thought were some good pitchers on both sides. Obviously we started out hot, and that was nice to see. After a little bit of a layoff, but just a really well played game, and I thought it could have gone either way. A couple of plays here and there, but I was really proud of the way our guys competed and played in that game.
Coach, you've faced adversity all season up to this point. How do you use that experience to regroup for tomorrow?
Yeah, we crave adversity. If you don't have adversity through your college experience, then you're not really learning the true value, I guess, the true meaning of being a student athlete. So, our guys, they have adversity every day with the type of coursework they're doing at Swarthmore, and also working hard to be great baseball players and be great people in the community and great friends and all the things that they do well. So we love adversity because it's teaching us lessons, and we think that's the reason that our program has been able to get to the level it is.
For Luke and AB, especially the offense really seems to battle no matter what the score is. Could you talk a little bit about the resiliency of this team?
Yeah, absolutely. Early on, it took us a lot to figure out the offensive, the kind of the groove. We had a lot of challenges with really good teams, and I think that really helped prepare us for a game like today. They threw some really good arms, and our guys took it head on, and the entire game, no matter what the score, took really good at-bats, and I was really proud of them.
Yeah, absolutely. I just echo what AB said, and I think it really helps to have one of the best pitching staffs in the country with our team, and they challenge us every single day at practice. And like AB said, we have a really good strength of schedule. We face some of the top arms in the country at this level, so I think those things get us ready for any situation. So we always feel confident at the plate.
Did they do anything that surprised you, or you weren't ready for it?
I don't think they did anything that surprised us. I think they're a good baseball team. They played a good game just like we did, and unfortunately, they came out on top today.
Were you surprised to see them bring in Albie as early as they did?
Well, I'll say, I don't know what people were expecting when we got here, but we hit really well early on, and whether or not they were expecting that, they had to make an adjustment. So they brought in a really good pitcher. They brought I forget his name, but came in, threw strikes, attacked, and challenged us and kept us off balance. So I think we earned the challenge and earned their respect a little bit, which is really kind of cool to see. But yeah.
And he was completely different from the guy they started, because you got to him and you had the big shot in the third inning.
Yeah.
All of a sudden you went behind 2-0, and now you're up 4-2.
Right.
What did that feel like?
Oh, amazing. I mean, the last time Swarthmore was in the regional tournament, I was a senior in high school, so I was just watching and seeing those guys make big plays. That's what you dream about. I mean, having not played last year, I know Luke knows and all the seniors, but these are the moments we dream about. So to be able to get some going, get the lead, and just make some noise was really cool. Definitely very special.
Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Coach, can you talk about the performance from Barry and his ability to settle down after those first two batters and keep you guys close?
Yeah, I mean he's a dude. He's well beyond his years in terms of maturity, and he's only going to get better. It's just, as a freshman to get the ball in the first game of a regional, I think says a lot of how we feel about him. And I thought he pitched really well, and that's a really good team, obviously, and good offense. So I think he did a great job. And I told him, if all goes well, we'll be back, and he'll get another outing to go back out and pitch again for us, and that's what we're hoping for.
Last question from Mutz and AB. As two leaders on this team, how do you kind of rally the guys and regroup and keep your heads up for tomorrow?
I think, we might be two leaders, but I think we have 30-plus leaders on this team. So I don't think we really need to do too much. We got a really good group of guys in that locker room, and I think every single one of them knows what needs to be done. And so I'm really confident.
100%. I think he hit it on the head. I mean, I could go on and on about all the individual guys who have helped us become leaders, have led from the jump when we didn't really know how to, and I'm really grateful to those guys. But I think we've got a couple guys in there specifically who are really going to help us rally, and I think we'll be ready for tomorrow, whoever it may be.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Could I ask, could you continue it outside? They want to get Eastern in here so they can get done. I know both sets of teams want to be able to watch the second game to know what's going on.
Yep, we're all done, right?
Yeah,
All right, awesome. Thanks, guys.
But you can do it out in the general area.
We're good. All done.
Do you guys want these? Or should we just keep them?
I'll take it.
not have a box score. Thank you very much. Thanks over here. You guys.
Jim, you all set? Jim, you all set?
Yeah, yeah.
No problem.
No worries.
Okay.
Is this a typical game for you?
I mean, I think over the course of the season, we've had a lot of games where we've been up by a lot and we've been able to put it on teams early. And then we've had a lot of games where it's tight early and our pitching's kind of keeping us in the games. I don't think we have that many games where we get jumped early. And I think kind of, Swarthmore swung the bats really well early after, Ryan Baggs here hit a home run in the first to put us up 2-0. I think Swarthmore came back swinging the bats very well. And even though we got out of the second inning with no earned runs, they had first and second, no outs, and luckily tried to slash instead of bunt and, hit into a double play, which was huge for us. And then they jumped us again in the third. I think that was something we weren't used to. We're definitely used to playing from behind at times, and I think our guys are super resilient. But, getting attacked like that from an offensive perspective, I think was a little bit different for us.
Is it a little, in a sense, is it a good thing where it's like throwing cold water on you and, hey, you're in the major leagues,
Yeah, I mean, I think, we talked about this after the game was, there was a little bit of monkey on Eastern Connecticut State University's back. We'd been 0-7 in our last 7 games in the NCAA tournament with these guys going 0-2 last year, getting a tough draw playing Merchant Marine and then having playing SUNY Cortland, who went on to the World Series. So I think it was a little bit of a splash of cold water, like, hey, this isn't going to be easy. I think, in the first inning we go double homer, and I think, maybe that allows us to take a little bit of a deep breath, and then they come back and are swinging it and put it right back on us, and we go down 5-2. It was a little bit of dose of reality. The guys bounced back really well and stayed in it, didn't press, and we were able to make a little bit of a run there.
It looked, at least from the scorer's tent, it looked like the ball was carrying it real well to the outfield.
Yeah, I mean, the field at Rochester is very interesting from a dimensions perspective. It's definitely something that, Ryan plays center field for us, and it's definitely something I don't think we've played on in my years of coaching or his years of playing, roaming outfield. But the wind was blowing out pretty hard. We noticed this morning it was going to be blowing out at like 15, 18 miles an hour, and with it being 355 or whatever it is to left center, makes it a little bit difficult. You put the ball in the air to left, it's definitely got a chance to get out.
It looked like the right fielder kept shading over to try and cut off that gap. We've seen enough here. The ball gets hit in the gap, and you're just running forever.
Yeah, I think we had talked about yesterday, we did a ton of cuts and relays, balls over outfielders' heads, things along those lines, and our play was to shade Baggs a little bit over into the right center field gap to kind of cut that ball off, because the ball goes in that center field gap, it is an easy triple, maybe even inside a park home run. And with left center being so short, kind of balls over his head are either off the fence or going over. So, allow him to roam a little bit more, moving him a little bit more to right center. And I think kind of Swarthmore did the same thing.
Brian, were you surprised to come in that early? Like only 4 innings?
I am surprised because Billy's our guy. You don't see that very often out of him, but that kid is a horse and he'll be back. We're always ready for everything, and I was a little surprised, but I'm always ready.
And you were strong for 3 innings, and then the 8th inning you had a little bit of a hiccup, I guess the way to put it.
Yeah,
A couple of runs.
Swarthmore is a really good hitting team. Credit to them. They really put it on us, and credit to our offense for really just riding the wave and giving us the runs that we needed. It wasn't pretty, but our offense and their offense really collided, and our offense showed our will.
So in general, besides the W, were you pleased the way everything went today?
Yeah, I think at this point in the season, it just went in advance. Obviously, I would have liked to pitch better, and I'd like to have won 10-0. It makes it a little bit easier in the dugout. I think Brian's been kind of our go-to guy. We've used him as out of the bullpen in long relief. We've used him as a closer. He's started, I think, 8 or 9 games for us this year. I mean, we kind of just go to him at kind of every situation possible, and we kind of not burned him for the rest of the tournament, but probably burned him for tomorrow. So I would say if you could look at it, probably Billy and Albie are out for tomorrow. So if I could have scripted it better, we probably wouldn't have burned 2 of our top guys. But at the end of the day, you got to win game 1 before you're able to get to game 2.
Okay, I know you want a chance to get out there and watch the second game, so you know who you matched up with tomorrow, so I'll let you go. Appreciate you took the time to come in and talk, and then we'll put it up on YouTube so that Brian can get, Bob can get a hold of it.
Sounds great.
Once he gets away from softball.
Awesome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You didn't get a question.
No, it's all right.
They were probably just looking at you. Thank you.